Welcome to Under the Marquee. I'm your host, Matthew Gonzalez, and we have another great episode for you today, guys. It's Danny Golden, a good friend of mine. We actually used to be neighbors not too long ago. Just an amazing human being. He's worked with countless great producers that you would definitely know here in town, toured with a bunch of great acts, including David Ramirez, Matthew Logan Vasquez. Just an amazing, talented human being, good friend of ours. And actually also has the first song that he plays is definitely one of my favorite songs. Probably been in my rotation for quite a long time over the last couple years. So super excited to share that with you. Before we get to the episode, here's a fun part where I beg you, please do me a favor. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Instagram. I can't tell you how helpful it is. You know, just shows Santa that I'm on his good list. I don't know. I don't know what to say to these things anymore. All I know is please do me that huge favor. It's at Under the Marquee, and it means the world to me. I can't tell you how helpful it is on this journey that we're trying to start and this club of people we're trying to go into. Anyways, without any further ado, let's go to the homie, Danny Golden. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Yeah, that's why I don't like it, because it sounds like gimmicky. So
like a radio guy.
Yeah. Hey! I'm going to cut it out, but just for shits and giggles.
All right, I'll look the other way.
Just don't look at me.
Yeah.
But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Under the Marquee. I am your host, Matthew Gonzalez, and today we have a good friend. He's not looking at me because he knows I get nervous when I'm doing the intros. And I have to see somebody watching me awkwardly in this weird lighting fucking setup. But good friend of mine, fucking the homie, and the first inaugural of the home studio. Please fucking welcome Danny Golden. What's up, man?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm well. Welcome to the set. What do you reckon? How's the home studio look?
Looks great. Sounds great.
Yeah.
It's about as pro as I've ever seen.
Got your name right there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
But welcome. Yeah, man. For those that don't know, do you remember how we met or how we know it? Or give a little background to how we know each other?
I don't know if I remember the first time that we met. Do you?
No, I don't.
I'm
assuming
a hazy period.
Hazy periods late at night. All I know is that eventually we were neighbors. We became neighbors.
Yeah.
And that's when it really solidified. We tell people about the house that we lived in?
Yeah, the good old days in East Austin. It was like two houses that were somehow attached by the roof.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And one, they were built 100 years ago, and one of them was a funeral home, and the other one was like where they prepared the bodies. So it was definitely haunted. But yeah, I lived in the body prep part, and you lived in the viewing area.
That's right. Did you ever get any? So yeah, that's a legit. I was curious if you knew that, and I'm glad you did. Yeah, we legit lived in a funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, fuck, I didn't realize you lived in the prep area.
I didn't. I mean, I lived there for a year before anybody told me that. But I would have all these strange dreams about dead people and ghosts and stuff, and then finally somebody was like, "Oh yeah, that's because that's where they used to prepare dead bodies to be seen."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I never got to. Did you ever get any creeps? Like any fucking things falling off the side or anything?
We had creeps just in terms of like
people
the neighborhood. Yeah. Well, because East Austin, like.
Do you remember N.O.?
Yeah, I remember him. Is he still around? I mean, I haven't seen him since I left.
Who knows? I hope so.
He seemed to be kind of running security for the whole neighborhood. Yeah. At least according to him.
For those that are listening, N.O. was a guy that lived in the neighborhood. And I'm pretty sure we met him because he was like trying to like, I don't know, take something from our front lawn or something, and then we caught him, and then he just kind of became a homie of ours.
Yeah, then he was like
because he kind
indebted.
of made sure to let us know that he runs the street. And Jeremy just went, "Did he just say his name's No?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And I later found out it was for New Orleans, I think.
Oh.
But for the longest, we just thought it was No.
Yeah, we used to have, like, the first year or two that I lived there, I think before you moved into the other house, the house caddy corner was like just a trap house, but
I think
for like
it
meth.
kind of still is.
It was like this meth hang, and there were always like once a week somebody would knock on the door, like, "Hey, I'm here," like clearly thinking that our house was that house, and I'd have to be like, "No, I assure you, it's not
the wrong
here.
house.
It's that one that you're looking for."
Oh my god. What a weird spot. Yeah, East Austin, dude.
But it doesn't seem like that is what East Austin is like now.
No, it's not. I mean, when I first moved into East Austin, I moved there because I loved how, it reminded me of Venice Beach in that like shotgun house, people hanging out in the stoop, super Mexican neighborhood. You kind of gave like a what's up to everybody as you passed.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. But now, like I remember when the first high rise went up on the east side.
Yeah. How long have you been in Austin?
Coming up on 9 years.
Yeah, right.
So this would have been early 2016 is when I moved here, and I remember seeing. It was right next to the White Horse, is where the first apartment building went up, and being like, "Oh,
really?"
And now that's all that is on the east side. Like,
oh god, it's everywhere.
But whatever. I mean, everything changes. But I'm not over there anymore.
So, our guest Danny Golden. Do you know there's another Danny Golden online?
I mean, I'm sure someone else has the same.
Yeah, I mean,
name.
It's kind of a unique name.
Yeah.
At least the second part. But yeah, I feel bad because I'm going to probably muck this up a little bit. But it is. I was Googling you to just try to find just whatever little tidbits of information that I didn't already know. And there's a Danny Golden. It's not funny. It's a Danny Golden who I guess was a cop in Chicago.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking up your name and I was like, what happened to him? He got shot? And then I was like, oh no, it was a off-duty police officer.
Yeah, the Wikipedia page is going to have one of those like disambiguation, like Danny Golden cop, Danny Golden not cop. I'm not the cop.
You're definitely not the cop.
Yeah, very much.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I had a moment where I was like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, actually that's what I did before I was playing music.
You were just a cop in Chicago.
I was a Chicago police
just
officer.
got out the game and moved to Austin, started writing songs about it.
Yeah, I mean that classic story.
Classic Austin story.
Yeah.
Oh man. Another random thing. For those that don't know, I recently cut off all of my hair, and I've been getting comments from people online because I used to have really long hair and big ass beard, and I cut it all off. I've had multiple people go, "What's up? You got the Danny Golden?"
Oh, really? Yeah, I feel like we look like we could be cousins.
Yeah, we could 100% be cousins, or half brothers, or something super close. But I definitely told him I got the Danny Golden. I was like, yeah, I definitely did.
Thanks for rocking my look.
You're welcome. Thanks. I've just been admiring it for years and decided to go for it.
Anyone out there, feel free to take this look.
Yeah.
Steal my look.
I also call it the lesbian wedding. I went to a wedding recently.
Interchangeable, Danny Golden or the lesbian wedding.
Pretty much. I was going to a lesbian wedding in Santa Cruz. Also, amazing wedding. Can we just say like the best wedding, but also funny that it's like such a lesbian wedding. It was a camping wedding, so just really just on the nose. It was in a like youth camp. Like summer camp for kids and stuff like that, but they just rented it all out. So everybody had cabins, and then they were like next to like the redwoods. Like it was fucking badass.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. And as I was getting ready for that, my hair was kind of doing bad stuff, like getting all fucked up.
So you felt like you owed them a haircut?
Well, no, I needed a haircut because I got sick from pancreatitis, and my hair was falling out all crazy, and I was like, just chop it off. And they're like, no, we could probably do something. I'm like, well, I'm going to a lesbian wedding, and they're like, say no more. I got you. And they gave me the Danny Golden. And I was like, I look so good. I gotta hit up Danny.
You do look good.
And yeah. I got the Danny Golden.
Anyone out there, if you're going to a lesbian wedding, you gotta rock this look.
It fucking slays at the lesbian wedding. They're like, I trust that guy. Yeah. Dude, let's hop into a song. For those listening, what would you, out the gate, how would you describe your sound? Oh yeah, because he's a musician. If you haven't figured that out yet, this is a podcast.
Not a cop.
With musicians. Not a cop. Not a cop.
I promise. I would have to tell you if I was. How would I describe my sound? I don't know. I mean, I think most of my like main influences are rock and roll of the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
But, I don't know that I have like an elevator pitch of what it sounds like.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
And I know it's always hard to describe your own music, but
yeah. Well, especially like if you come see a show versus like, if I play a song here solo electric, that's going to sound a lot different than what a record sounds like.
I did just put on a couple songs that I was getting ready today, and I did realize, I was like, oh, there's a little bit of like the band kind of sound.
Oh yeah,
for sure. That I was noticing. I was like, oh, that's actually. I think it was the tango one. I was like, oh, it's giving me a band vibe.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't know that I would think of that song as the band. But
it might have been another one, to be honest. I was showering.
I mean, it could, like, I don't know, like, because what I know what I'm thinking about when I write something, but I have no idea what someone else is going to hear in it, and that's more interesting to me.
I heard a band vibe, and then I think there was something else I heard in it, but it's...
Yeah, the band is like... I mean, The Last Waltz is like probably the most played album in my life. Like,
it's the best.
Yeah.
It's
just the greatest.
The best. I mean, even just like the versions of those songs compared to the record ones.
They're
like,
the best.
Fucking amazing.
I'll take those over any other recording. Yeah.
I named my smoker. I cook barbecue. I'm a barbecue person, maker, smoker. I have a big 500-gallon smoker, and I named it Ophelia.
Wow.
After Ophelia. Everybody's like, oh, that's such a beautiful name. I'm like, it's after this song. And I think there's like another band that has an Ophelia song, which I don't hate. I actually liked it, but I have to be like, no, the band Ophelia.
Yeah, not the Shakespeare Ophelia.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the last show that I played, somebody was talking to me after and said, "You remind me of Jeff Buckley meets Paul Simon," and I was like, okay. Like those are pretty disparate sounding artists, but I love both of them.
I got a little Jim James in there.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, I love Jim. Yeah.
You had a little bit. I think it's your vocals. It has that like hollow. You have like a semi-hollow body sound in
Not a full hollow.
Not a full hollow. It's a semi-hollow. You're not projecting too hard.
Yeah,
but it's just a little extra air in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of that stuff is in there as like key influences.
Yeah,
I don't even know. Yeah, like a number of people have like talked about that I sound like Wilco, like that my records do, which is funny because strangely enough, like I've never really listened or liked Wilco.
Really?
Not like I'd like dislike them or they suck or something.
You heard it here first, guys. He fucking hates Wilco.
I am a cop and I hate Wilco. No, like I just have never, like with any band, you have to have some moment where you hear something and it speaks to you and then you connect and you dive in. And as long as I've been around, I never had that moment with Wilco.
Yeah. And did we go see Wilco? Oh, I went saw Wilco. Oh yeah, I wasn't impressed. Shit. Damn, you didn't hear that first.
Be a Wilco hater podcast.
No, I love them. They're great.
Yeah, there's like one of those things that everybody likes, and you have to be like, oh yeah, I love them. And it's like, actually, I don't really have an opinion about it.
I was going to say another one that I feel that way about, but I'm not going to say it because they're.
It's not like it's just you and me. No one's going to hear
nobody's going to hear this, and they're not hometown heroes. Anyways, I'll tell you later. Well, dude, let's hop on into a song, man. I've put in a request for, honestly, this is just, like I'd heard your stuff. I liked your stuff. And then this one came out, and, I think it might've been cause it was a part of in time of when I was working in West Texas. I was doing a lot of long drives. And, two songs that really hit were a Jacob Jaeger song and your song, and both of those just like on my drives, like for better or for worse. If I was super sad, it'd fucking make me sadder in the right way possible. If I was super excited and happy to get home, it'd make me excited to get home.
Yeah.
But it just really it gave me a perfect soundtrack to these. You know, for those that don't know, it's like out past Marfa. It's like 7-hour drive, 6-hour drive. And
where were you going?
I can't say.
Oh, okay.
You didn't hear it here first.
What was the Jacob Jager song? I love Jacob Jager.
What's it called? What was it called? I'll have to tell you in a second. I'll look it up while
you're I love his music.
Oh, 100%. I'll have to look it up for you. But his stuff is so good. And but yeah, this is one of them. And yeah, everybody, Danny Golden, Las Vegas.
Go to heaven, floor 11, private elevator with a view of the Las Vegas Strip. In Las Vegas, lost and nameless, things you can't remember blending with the things you can't forget. You know, the neon lights, they won't turn out tonight. 'Cause you're getting older and I'm getting wiser, and we're getting colder. It's time to light the fire. In Las Vegas, armed and dangerous, you can run, you can hide, but the devil wants you dead or alive. So cash your chips in and leave the prison. Get out of this town, hit the highway in the dead of the night. You know, the neon lights, they won't turn out tonight. 'Cause you're getting older and I'm getting wiser, and we're getting colder. It's time to light the fire. And I'm breaking down, run away from here till the lights fade out of sight. And the walls come down and the light pours in, and the world starts spinning round and round and round and round now. And then the night turns into day, and then the music starts to play. 'Cause you're getting older and I'm getting wiser, and we're getting colder. It's time to light the fire. colder. It's time to light the fire.
It's great, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for lending me this guitar.
Ah, you got it.
It's fun to play.
It's yours now. You
Yeah.
can have it. Anything for a cop. That was brand new today.
So if you drink that much in the morning, are you going to sustain, like, are you just going to keep drinking coffee all day? Like, do you blast off in the morning and then ride it out the rest of the day? Or are you just...
I try to end it by 4
Yeah.
or 5.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're talking about my coffee intake. We just switched conversations real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. I'm like maybe 2 coffees in a day, like a morning and an early afternoon.
In my sobriety recently, I try to get as close as possible to a heart attack / panic attack.
Yeah.
It's like I just like to see on the other, like I like to walk up to the cliff and just like look
Take
over.
a peek over.
Just take a peek over. I've had a panic attack before, so I know what that fall feels like.
Uh-huh.
I just like to see that it's there.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
This is great. This is great. Everything's great.
Yeah, I try to stay as far away from that edge as I can.
But dude, that was such a great song, man.
Thank you.
Fucking love it. I gotta say, first off, I'm curious what it was about and all that stuff. But also, did you mean for that first lyric to hit the way it does? Every time I hear it, I think to myself, he's about to say, or basically he's saying go to heaven in the way that you would say go to hell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I intended, like, with that. I think that song came about...
Do you see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's
Every
like
time you're like, go to heaven.
Exactly.
I'm like, damn, dude. What did he just tell me?
Yeah.
He's telling me to go to heaven like I'm an asshole?
Like,
It's like a southern way of saying go to hell. Go, you can go to heaven.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can
It's
go
like,
straight to heaven.
exactly. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. You can go to heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. No, I mean, it came out of like a dream, which like a lot of my music is like stuff that I've heard in dreams or. But this was like a dream that I had that
Are they dreams from the old house?
Where was I living when this happened? No, this was by the time I had moved. Some of them are for sure though.
Weird.
Like Alien, that song, that's an old house dream.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you have to tell me about that.
But this one, I don't know, like it was one of the many things that came up in my life that were like signals before I realized it was time to get sober. I had these like Las Vegas was this kind of dream that I had that I was stuck in this suite in Las Vegas, like this amazing penthouse suite, but I was trapped there. So it wasn't even fun anymore. Like the gambling, like all the craziness of Las Vegas is fun unless like that it's like a purgatory, you know?
Oh, 100%.
And I think that's kind of how life was feeling at the time. Like the partying and the drinking and stuff was just like, this isn't even fun anymore. I'm just like trapped in this. And that's kind of what I was thinking about when I wrote that song. But I don't think I was even aware of it on that level. It's only like looking back, maybe a year later, I actually got sober and can see like, oh, that's what I was getting at.
That's fucking wild. I mean, that perfectly and makes sense then as to why that was the soundtrack to my time in West Texas, which felt like purgatory in the middle of nowhere. So we were working 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off somewhere out there. And so I would just be out there by myself for a while. And then I'd come back and it'd be like, oh, what is real life now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see a purgatory experience out there. And I mean, that song, like, it's not like, explicitly about like getting it's about like just whatever that thing is that like you were attracted to or drawn to, that after a certain time you're starting to realize like, oh, this isn't actually
working.
This isn't making me happy.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in it. And can I change?
Do you like Las Vegas?
The place?
Yeah.
Yes, I do actually. Yeah. I think it's like a strangely profound city. Like it's so weird. I've been there once.
Are you a fan of
twice? I've been there once when I was like crazy, and once recently in a much more sort of gentle way. And I was there like a couple months ago when we were on that MLV tour. We had a day off in Vegas.
Okay.
And the hotel rooms are like dirt cheap in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
They want you to spend.
That's all they have.
Is
hotel. Yeah. They need you to come.
So we had a day off. We stayed at the pyramid, the Luxor.
I think. Yeah.
And I don't know.
I remember when I don't know if it still does it, but I think it has like shoots out a light above it.
Yeah. Yeah. That place is haunted too. Like people have jumped off the.
Oh really?
Yeah. Kind of dark.
Hell yeah.
And we rode the roller coaster at New York, New York.
Hell yeah. Did you go to Circus?
I've been to Circus.
Oh,
yes.
That one always gets me good. That's that good Hunter S. Thompson feeling. You walk in there and you're like, fucking, the carpet is stained, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Las Vegas is an incredible place.
Yeah.
And
are you a fan of gambling and strippers or strip clubs?
No. I mean, I've
something about your haircut says I love strippers. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I thought it was a lesbian wedding thing.
Lesbians.
No, I mean, I've certainly tried my hand at both of those things, and there's not really any place in my life
out without money on
for
both
either
of
those. Yeah. Whatever you think you're gonna get from either of those, you're not gonna get it.
Quite the opposite. Yeah. You just end up broke on both of those things.
Well, I think the last time I was in Las Vegas, I didn't gamble, and I just felt like, no, I've learned that lesson. Like I don't need to pay any more money to keep learning what happens there.
No. I don't like Vegas. Not a big fan of strip clubs or gambling. And I don't drink, so it really just took the piss out of that one. But, I also had I'm Mexican, and so from Los Angeles, so the natural thing is a bunch of them either moved to first they moved to Las Vegas, and then they realized that sucked, so now they all moved to Phoenix. They moved to shitty.
I've never been to Phoenix.
Don't go.
No. Sorry,
Phoenix. Don't fucking go. Fucking horrible. Anyways, concerts are cheaper there because you have to be there to go to them.
Yeah, I think Arizona is one of the only states I've never been to. I'd like to. I've heard Tucson's pretty cool.
Yeah, you go up northern Tucson area, or Tucson's not northern, but if you go, I like northern. Where did we go? We went to Strawberry.
Strawberry, cool. Arizona.
Sedona. We went up to Sedona. That was
I heard Sedona's crazy.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
We went to Strawberry.
It's a vortex, I hear.
It really is. It really is a trip. It does give you a different vibe. You definitely go through it, and you're like, oh, I'm not in Phoenix anymore.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so funny to me. People are like, what? Phoenix is... people are like, Arizona's great. You ever been to Sedona? I'm like, yeah, that's one place. Yeah. There's a whole lot of it that's not that.
Yeah. Damn. Sorry, Arizona.
Sorry, Arizona. I'm not a fan. You can go visit my mom in Phoenix. But when she moved there, I told her I'm only visiting you once a year, max, probably once every 2 years.
You don't like it there.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm not a huge fan. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Las Vegas either. But yeah, I think it's probably because of the non-drinking thing anymore. That's also, it's just like nothing there. Although, did you go to Old Vegas, the Old Vegas area?
I've been there the first time I was there.
That one's fun.
Yeah, we went to a tiki bar. It was a good time. Yeah,
I got fried. Oreos and fried. I tried to do the Anthony Bourdain little, I took some quips from him, so I went to a dive bar, got something called the pink vomit or pink diarrhea or something like that. And I asked him,
is worse.
It's fucking this one dive bar, and you ask him what, lowdown or something. Is that what it's called? But it's got a badass punk rock jukebox, but you go there and it's got pink diarrhea or pink vomit or something, and you order it and you just I asked them so exactly what's in it, and they're like, we really don't know. Every single version is different. There's only one rule that it has to be super filled with booze and it has to be pink. So whoever made it can do whatever the hell they want. So I didn't make this batch, so I have no clue what's in it. And I was like, okay, fuck it. We took a couple shots of that.
So it's a shot?
It's a shot, yeah. I
What?
believe it's a shot.
And they put, I guess, the grapefruit juice or something in there to make it pink?
I mean, it could be like Aperol or Campari.
Yeah.
It could be anything. I don't know, something like that. But then, we also got a bacon martini there. And it looked disgusting, so that's why I had to try it.
Sounds disgusting.
It just had cooked bacon left inside of it that looked like it was like a
the bacon is in
the vodka. They just let it soak in there, and it was definitely looked like a
This is the same place that serves
same
the
place.
pink vomit.
Yeah, the pink vomit, pink diarrhea. I think it's pink diarrhea. On the chalkboard, it had like a person, I think, like poop and diarrhea. I could be wrong about all this, but I definitely know there's some pink diarrhea, pink something. And then there is the bacon martini, which was great for the first sip, but then once it starts to warm up a little bit, it's pretty gross. And it looks like there's like an alien in a vodka bottle with just like the decomposing bacon bits. But it got even worse. The bartender was like, he could tell we were trying to get real fucked up with my friend, who's also sober now.
I think anyone who walks in and orders that drink, they're like, "Oh, you're getting fucked up.
You're getting fucked up. You'll be sober in 10 years." And
you're on the express train.
Yeah, 100%. Go to heaven. And then he just goes to us. He goes, "You guys want to get real fucked up?" We're like, "Yeah." And he goes,
"Yes." He
goes, "Okay, I got one for you, but you can only have one, and it's guaranteed to make you black out." And we're like, "Challenge accepted."
Yeah, I'll have two.
We took that shot. It fucked us up. We blacked out like an hour later. We were just like, I vaguely remember like stumbling down the hallway of our hotel room. And then later on that night, we went and like when we kind of came to, I kind of came to old Vegas.
Back into consciousness.
Yeah, it was very Hunter S. Thompson. I'm just like, dude, should we go? And I remember seeing this like waitress that was pregnant still. And like, it was just, to me, everything was a cartoon, especially like this girl was like fully pregnant and just like, the things, and that was the same place that we were also getting fried Oreos and fried Twinkies.
Yeah. Oh, like it's like deep fried Oreo, like it's almost like funnel cake around.
100%.
Oh, those are incredible.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I can remember the first time I had one of those.
That was the first time, and it was magical.
Yeah, it's like life changing.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Just melts in your mouth. You're like, wait, you could do this?
More, yeah.
Yeah. How? So for those that don't know, we're both sober now. Do you find yourself smashing down the sugars? Or did you in the beginning? How long have you been sober for?
I've been sober, a couple weeks. It'll be 2.5 years.
Wow. Fuck.
Yeah, I think there were stretches where there was probably a lot of candy being eaten. These days, not really. Like, I think, like, if you think about it, like, there's some void that you were filling with alcohol, and suddenly you take the alcohol out.
Yeah.
Then you have to, like, oh, I got to find some other thing, whether it's, like, caffeine or nicotine or sugar. Like, I need to find something else to, like, fill that void.
Yeah.
And I definitely had my, sort of fruitless searches to do that, and then eventually I just realized, like, oh, I'm like complete already. I don't need to. I don't feel. Yeah, I don't like crave things like that anymore. Like, and I just feel, I don't know, like grateful for that. I because I tried. I was like, oh, like this isn't actually giving me the feeling that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I am not like that. I am going for it. But I did at the beginning do a lot of like NA beers and stuff. And now I'm just like, I'm over that hump. I'm only 8 months sober, so I'm over that hump.
I mean, that's still amazing. NA beer for me was just like, I never was drinking this stuff because I like the taste.
Yeah, so this is the thing though. I didn't drink it because I like the taste. And I thought it was fucking weird that people would drink NA beer. I'm like, what the hell? But then I took time off of drinking before I even had, before I got sick. And I also was like, okay, I can't keep drinking. I can't go out and have 5 sparkling waters. Like, these are driving me nuts.
You're going to wet the bed.
100%. And it's like, it's just I'm getting bloated and just I hate it.
Yeah, and you're like, you got suddenly a bar tab and you're not even drinking.
Yeah, it's just $6 for a sparkling water. I'm like, this isn't even a fucking beer. And Eventually, I trying the NA beer, and I figured out why I do love them. I don't really drink them that much anymore unless I'm going out and I'm watching a show. But I figured out why I like them. It's the not just the placebo effect, but it gives you the placebo effect, and it reminds me of when it's 2:00 on a Saturday or Sunday, and you show up to like a house party or a daytime party, and you're not drunk at all yet, but you're just getting there and unpacking what you brought, and then like, oh yeah, crack me a beer, and you get that first beer, and you're not drunk, but does that first taste just the first sip tastes great, and you're like, and your body goes, oh cool, I'm about to chill.
Yeah, I feel like it is. I guess that's maybe. You could call it placebo, or like it's like before the alcohol is actually like affecting you at all. It's like your brain
just
anticipating
knows.
it, being like, we're good now.
I know what's coming. Yeah, I do find that after the second beer, though, my body goes, "Fuck you, asshole! This is not working," and then it just goes, "Please stop it."
Yeah. I mean, it's good to know that.
Yeah, I had somebody come to the bar the other day, and they ordered like 5 of them on a Tinder date, and I was just like, "Bro, it's not gonna do anything." 0.5%.
No, I mean, it's truly not. Like, it's chemically, like, it has to be at a certain point for your body to be affected by, like under 0.5%, your body metabolizes that.
Yeah.
And so you get nothing.
Does nothing, which is great for
the same way that, like, food has alcohol in it. Like, it's not gonna affect you.
Food has alcohol in it?
Yeah, there's like vanilla or like bananas, I think, have like a certain amount of alcohol, like just naturally occurring, or like, but if it's under the certain amount, like your body metabolizes it and it has no effect on you.
I had no idea.
I'm not a doctor. I could be completely wrong.
Banana smoothies every morning now.
Once again, it's not going to do anything.
Speaking of NA beer, can I have an NA beer? I want to get fucking hammered.
We're out of coffee. We're switching to NA beers.
We're out of coffee. I need some NA beers. Crank this bitch up. Also, Danny Golden getting me out of my bed super early. By super early, I mean fucking 10:30 call.
Yep.
But that's the perks of the new. That's the perks of the new home studio.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Ready to go whenever you want. So whoever wants to stop by, here's your call.
Wake them up.
But just don't wake me up so early next time, please. Man, tell us if you can. I'm so curious about a couple things, and one of them is like, who did you work with? If I'm not mistaken, Boo is who you worked with on Las Vegas to record it.
Yeah.
And really, I'm curious. Tell us about the people because you've worked with some great producers like Jason. Mm-hmm. What's Jason's last name?
Burt. Jason Burt.
Jason Burt. And Boo. I don't know what his last name is either. But
Boo is Chris Busada.
Chris Busada. That's his last name. I know his first name's Chris. But yeah, worked with 2 amazing artists. Boo has worked with Shaky Graves for a long time. He produced that last one. Jason, also Electro Funk is what he goes by as well. He has done countless people, including Paul Cawthon, David Ramirez.
Yeah, he does like
Sir Woman,
some stuff with Leon Bridges.
Yeah, Leon Bridges. What was it like working with both of them, and how was it different working with each one of them? What was the experience with each one? And
a producer artist relationship is interesting because it's kind of like, I don't know, there's like this sort of first date kind of feeling as you're getting to know each other. Like, you want them to like you. There's like this chemistry that needs to happen.
Right. 100%.
And you also need to feel safe with them. You need to feel like safe that they understand what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Right.
That I can like dig as deep as I know how to in my creativity and be vulnerable like that, and that this person is going to be a safe person to do that around, because there are a lot of people that it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like, their personalities are such that it's like, I don't feel safe to be my most vulnerable creative self around you. But a great producer, I think that's one, like, aside from having technical skills and a great ear, like, I think a great producer needs to have this interpersonal ability.
It's almost like the Rick Rubin effect.
Yeah. Oh, Rick Rubin. I mean,
the king of
the
chill.
guy who doesn't even touch a knob. Like he just is chilling, and just his way of being, as far as I know, like brings out the deepest levels of artistry in so many musicians.
Yeah.
So yeah, working with Jason felt like that. Like
Cool.
Like I was comfortable to be that, and like it was encouraged. Like dig deeper. Like what do you have inside of you that's special that we need to hear? Like that's what it felt like.
I love that.
And that's what it's like working with Boo too. Like he and I are now talking about making another record together, and working with him. He's just super talented. Like you can count on him to have amazing ideas, to get amazing sounds, to like encourage you when you need that encouragement. Cause like, you know, if you're doing vocals or something, it can get pretty discouraging in there. Like vocal takes can be horrible. Like, It can be a whole day in the studio where you're like, I suck, this sucks, what am I doing?
100%.
So you need a producer who can like, you know, the right amount of guidance, the right amount of encouragement. And at the same time, someone who can step in when things aren't going well and be like, here's what we need to change. Like, it's just a trust thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, both of those guys were easy to work with. And I learned so much about music and being an artist.
Yeah, right.
Working with those guys. But I could say the same thing about a lot of people that I've gotten to work with. Like, not just producers, but just other musicians, other songwriters. Like,
yeah, because I ran into Homeboy, your bassist, from Big Bill.
Alex,
yeah, I ran into him a couple nights ago, actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, Big Bill, another great, awesome band.
They're probably my favorite band.
They're so fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to have them on here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell that's gonna entail and how that's gonna be.
Get the whole band.
I was thinking just two of them, but I'm like, you kind of need them all.
Yeah.
So I might just, I don't know if you guys are.
No, you have to
interested.
do it.
I think we're gonna have you, if you guys are willing, to maybe come cram in one microphone and just break my house.
Yeah, like I love going to their shows, and they're packed and they're crazy. And I feel like they're like proud brother or something when I'm with someone. I'm like, I play with those guys. Yeah. You probably don't believe this, but it's true.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah, Alex, and then Jeff is the drummer in Big Bill, and he's been playing drums with me really since I got to Austin.
Oh, he's thumpy.
He's so good. Like, I remember when I first moved to Austin, I saw him play. He was playing with White Denim at the time.
Oh, damn.
And
thumpy is.
It was like, I saw the show, and like White Denim is incredible. Yeah. Like, there's so much cool stuff going on, but I was like magnetically drawn to the drummer. I just wanted to watch the drummer the whole time. I was like, This is my favorite drummer I've ever seen. And then 6 months later, when I was getting ready to make my first record, I was looking for a drummer, and somebody gave me some numbers, and I ended up meeting with this guy, Jeff, and like sit down to start talking. I'm like, oh, that's the guy that I was like obsessed with. Like, and
cool.
We've been playing together ever since.
Oh, I love that, man. Yeah. Also, I mean, aside from working with great producers, you've also had some pretty epic tours, right?
Yeah. Again, like I just feel so lucky that like the people in Austin are so talented and have just kind of, as time has gone on, like welcomed me in and let me be in situations where I get to like be around them, learn from them, maybe like going out on tour with like David Ramirez was incredible. To like, one, for him to just share his stage and his audience with me every night.
So cool.
Absolutely amazing. To then get to sit backstage and watch what he does every night and learn.
Yeah, what was that like?
Incredible. It's like, like to see like the way that the songs evolve on a tour, like the way that the band gets more comfortable and like certain songs really come to life, and the way that he does his vocal delivery, and the way that like the crowd is just eating out of the palm of his hand. Like, you know, and I don't know, I was like 26 at the time. Like I'm just sitting there like, you know, basically like taking notes, like, oh my God, like it's the best education you could ever get. And I got that, like, I've learned so much about singing, songwriting, touring, just how to be a musician from David, both in him, giving me advice and from just getting that front row or that like opener's perspective on here's how this works, or with like MLV, like
for those listening, that's Matthew Logan Vasquez.
Yeah, like a totally different kind of musician that, again, like every night I get to go out, open up the show with my band. Well, and I've played in Matt's band, like, yeah, just these people who I respect so much as artists, whose music I love, I'm getting to learn like in this kind of one-on-one incredible way, everything from them.
What was
awesome.
What was the MLV tour like? Because he just got back from that, and definitely noticed quite a bromance blossoming
with Matt
through the videos that I saw. Yeah.
Well, we've known each other for a couple of years now.
Nice.
We actually connected through sobriety.
Oh, wow.
When I was kind of early in, somebody connected us because Matt had already been sober for a couple of years, and I went out, and we had met maybe a couple times before that, but that's when we started spending time together, and he was planning a tour, and he hired me to play guitar for him on that tour, which was amazing because it was my first tour sober, and it was like, until that point, touring had been a crazy party, and I had no way, I didn't know any other way to go on tour than to like be hammered the whole time. So like Matt invited me on this
100%.
tour where like, I got taught, here's another way to do it that isn't revolving around partying. And I love it. Now, like, touring used to like honestly just like kill me. Like by the time a tour was over and I got home, like I was so drained from the partying, from like, just had it wasn't healthy the way that I was doing it and the way that a lot of people do it. And like now, removing the partying from it, like it's just this really special thing where I get to go play music every night, and then I go to another city and I play music, and I go to another city, and it's just like this kind of spiritual thing, and I love it. So yeah, I've known Matt since then. Like we've hit the road, whether I'm in his band or I'm opening, 5 or 6 times. And this last tour was going to be the last one we do for a while. So it was like a real kind of last hurrah.
Yeah, I definitely saw some of that, the last waltz kind of leaning into each other, harmoniously singing with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I love Matt. Like we're hotel roommates every night, like on these tours.
That's
like,
great.
Yeah.
It looked fun as all hell.
Yeah, I would go on MLV tour again in a second. Like, absolute blast.
Do you find, because something I found when I've only been on tour once, and it was in Japan.
Nice. You're big in Japan?
I'm big in Japan. I am big in Japan. Kenta Hayashi tour, 2011. I don't know, something. That's a couple years ago. But just being on tour, something I found was that, like when you said getting home and feeling exhausted and just every night of partying, I it's funny because now I realize the difference in my ways. But at the time, I felt like I actually texted somebody once. I was like, I thought touring was going to be sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and turns out it's hangovers, long drives, and sound checks. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, welcome to the club, dude. And
I mean, it's drugs and rock and roll.
Yeah, it's drinking, drugs, and rock and roll. But mostly it's the other parts that aren't the rock and roll. It was a lot of the hangover mornings, the long drives, the sound checks, and then it was drinking to be like, okay, I got to put my party face on. I'm the party that people are coming to see. So a lot of it just felt like it was like I was like not forced, but like, forced to be the host, every night for however many days in a row. And then you have one night off,
Yeah.
Did you find
it takes a huge toll on you?
Yeah. How did you find that change from going from that, like, oh, I need a drink to be the life of the party, to, oh, I'm just going to be the party sober?
I think, my whole way of like kind of being in the world has changed since I stopped drinking alcohol. Like, I don't feel like I need to be the thing I was trying to be when I was drinking.
Right.
I feel like I know myself a lot more, and so like I can step on stage and authentically be something that's more true to who I really am, and have the energy to do it and put on a better show than I could by like, let me see if I can get hammered and go as crazy as possible on stage.
Right.
It changed like that, and that's sustainable too. Like getting, I don't know. I'm not like trying to preach about this. Like this is what's worked for.
He's turning into his AA preaching.
Yeah, like this is just like what I recognized in my own life.
Yeah.
Like whatever's true to anyone else, absolutely, like do what you want.
No.
But for me, this is how like my life has evolved, and like I've just gotten a lot more content and a lot less miserable.
Man, it's so true. It's, I'm still struggling with trying to figure out my road on this whole thing, but so much less anxious and so much less miserable and so much less trying to be something I'm not, to a fault almost. I'm kind of just like, this is who I am, and if you don't like it, you can get fucked, which I need to like stop sometimes and be like, okay, be nice. Be nice, Matt. Don't be such an asshole. But I just have little time for fake nuances of not who I am.
Yeah.
Kind of. But musically, yeah, I just feel like that would be hard to. It's weird because when I saw you last time, I was still drinking, or not last time, but yeah, the last time you were playing
Hole in the Wall.
Hole in the Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen you and I'd asked you, and you're like, "Oh, it's great." I'm like, "How's sobriety going?" You're like, "It's great. I'm not hungover all the time, and tours are actually fun now." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And in my head, I couldn't process that. I was like,
How could that be true?
Fuck, do you enjoy it now that you're sober? Like, I just getting on stage,
but then pull that thread. It's like, well, did you enjoy it the other way? Really?
Oh well, now I think about it, and I'm like, through now being sober, I'm like, I honestly, I've been starting to think that because live concerts, going to them have not been feeling as robust at the time as they used to. I've started to realize I think I need to be on the stage now to feel anything.
Yeah.
So
I don't go to many concerts anymore. I find
that a fucking bummer.
Yeah. But I guess I just don't question that. I guess it's just like, yeah, like I just do what I enjoy now.
I'm still in the questioning part. I'm still like, why doesn't this feel the same?
What can I do to make
What can I do to make?
Oh, this thing that I'm doing, I don't like it. How can I like it?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, maybe you just don't like it. That's okay too.
Fucking one of my friends was like, I was like, I just don't like live concerts anymore and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, well, maybe you should go to some better concerts. And I was like, fuck, dude.
I don't know. In Austin, there's great concerts.
Oh, I know. I was at a great concert. I won't say who it was because it'll tarnish the name, but it was a concert I go to often at the White Horse to go see somebody that I really thoroughly enjoy. And I just the whole time was like, these fucking bachelor parties, and these people, and I was like, I need to get the hell out of here.
I mean, maybe you're just tired, you know? Like,
look, man, stop giving me excuses. Stop giving me ways out.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, things like the things that you enjoy kind of change.
Yeah.
That's, when I was drinking, like I could enjoy anything because I would just get drunk doing it. And so I was kind of not in touch with what I actually like and what I don't like. And the same with like people, the same with relationships. Like I didn't have a lot of clarity on like the things, the people, the ways of living that I liked because I just was drunk the whole time.
Yeah. It just reminds you of that saying, I think it's Bukowski or something. And it's like, what is it? Oh, if you are happy and you want to celebrate, have a drink. If you're bored or you're sad, have a drink. No, if you're happy and you want to celebrate, have a drink. If you're sad, I'm fucking this up.
Damn,
if you're happy,
profound.
if you're happy and you want to celebrate with a drink. If you're sad and you want to wallow in your misery, essentially, have a drink. And if you're bored and you don't know what to do, have a drink. It'll fix it. Mm-hmm. And I lived my life like that for quite a while. But yeah, I'll cut that out. That was a fuck up.
I don't know. I kind of liked Yeah, I mean, I could talk about this stuff forever, and none of this is like a challenge to anybody else's way of living. Like, this is just what's been true in my experience.
Yeah, of course. Why don't we switch over and play another ditty?
Yeah.
Song. Lighten up the load. What song is this gonna be?
Let's do.
Now I'm curious about Alien. Now that you mentioned,
Oh yeah, I can do Alien.
unless you have another one, but now that I remember, it
Yeah, let's play Alien.
was done in our house.
Yeah, this was a dream. I just heard the melody in a dream. Like, and this happens a lot where there's just a song playing on the radio or something in this dream, and it's just the coolest song I've ever heard. And then I wake up and I furiously try and write it down or like voice memo it. And that was the lyrics, that kind of stuff wasn't there, but just
The melody,
the like essence of the song was in a dream. And the recording process was me just trying to like reverse engineer this thing that I had. Because music, this is this whole like nerdy thing, but like when you get to hear music in a dream, it's the coolest thing because there's no like loss of fidelity whatsoever, right? Like there's no
so
speaker moving
clear.
air. Like it's all just happening within your brain. It's the most beautiful music you could ever hear.
100%. Yeah, I've also written songs, or I've woken up and then you lean over and you grab your cell phone real quick and voice memo yourself and go back to bed, and you go back to bed going, oh, I just wrote the best song I've ever written ever. It's true. It's so clear though. Every time I've heard a melody in my dreams, it's so
Yeah. Well, you think about like
dominant.
if I'm recording a song, like just the lot, like this needs to go through a microphone, which needs to go through a board, which needs to get mixed, then mastered, then like sent, compressed, then sent to you, then out of your, shitty speaker, and that's what you're hearing. When you hear it in a dream, it's just pure music. There's no loss of it. It's the most beautiful sound you can ever hear.
All right. Well,
This is Alien.
All right. Here we got Danny Golden gonna play Alien.
I had abandoned ship, I was without direction, lost and alone like a child crying out in the night. There were storms all around and I needed protection. Nowhere to go with no safe place in sight. Closed my eyes, you held me tight. Said nothing's gonna hurt you now. Came inside and I felt alive. Everything's gonna be alright. I am an alien, trapped in this human skin. Well, you caught my signal, you took me in, showed me a way that I could live. Heard a lot about love, but I felt no affection for the creatures around me. I just could not understand. When you came along and I started to feel a connection, no longer a stranger alone in the distant land. The miles I'd fly from my home in the sky, didn't know lead me to you. You helped me find the hope in time that I'd spend just passing through. I am an alien, trapped in this human skin. Well, you caught my signal, you took me in. Showed me a way that I could live. Hold on, there's something wrong. Life is short, this won't last long. Hold on to the shelter from the storm. It is now and you are here. I am an alien, trapped in this human skin. You caught my signal, you took me in. Showed me a way that I could live. Yeah, you showed me a way that I could live. Yeah, you showed me a way that I could live.
That's sick, man. So good.
Thank you.
What's that song about?
I don't know, love, I guess. Feeling, disconnected, and the way it can feel sometimes, like long stretches of time where I just don't feel like I'm really relating to anybody else, and then suddenly you like somebody gets you.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of what I was thinking about.
Love it.
And how much that helps, like suddenly you feel like, oh yeah, I am in the right place.
Right. It's hard. All of it. Life, all of it. Yeah,
that's my like science fiction approach to a love song. I'll write a love song, but I've been making about
I thought
aliens.
you meant you're Mexican.
Oh yeah, it's about being
you meant
illegal
that alien?
alien.
Shit. I thought you just my white Mexican brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what you hear in it, then that's truly what I believe about art, though. Is like whatever you see in it is what it's about. It's not like what I wrote it about doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At all. It's like whatever. Like I was in Montana a couple weeks ago playing this show.
Love Montana.
And I have a song called Tom and Becky. Maybe I'll play that one later. And it's this sort of little like playful love story or cat and mouse thing between these characters, Tom and Becky, and whatever. After the show, this guy came up to me and he was like, I was crying during that song. And I was like, what? Like I don't think it's that profound of a song. And he's like, well, my dad's Tom and my mom's Becky.
Oh,
and
shit.
like my mom passed away. And it's like when you make things, you just have no idea what it's going to mean to people. But if you can make something that for whatever reason in a moment means something to somebody, that's what it's all about.
Music has to be, it's, so genuine. I think most art that comes across to most people comes across because it's genuine. Mm-hmm. And with music, it's almost got to be like a cathartic thing for you to do. And then you hope it touches somebody else the way that it needs to reach them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, I think that's the best when it means something to you, but it means something. It can mean whatever, which is funny because, I'm sure you did this too, but like when I was like 12 or 13 playing guitar and everything had to have a pun.
Like
lyrically had to like mean 5 things.
At 12 years old, it's got to be like a dirty joke or something.
Well, it's just,
I still do that in my lyrics.
It's like 14, or whatever. Everything had to be not even just a dirty joke, but just like, oh, it's like that's so deep, And it's like now it's like, no, dude, I just say whatever I feel.
Yeah.
And it can mean whatever the fuck you want. I just make it not too specific so that it can mean whatever it needs to you.
Yeah.
But
I can find myself writing and wondering if something's too specific or it's too vague. And I think the compass is always like, well, if it just comes from a place of like genuine meaning. It doesn't
Right.
matter if I don't need to clarify exactly what I'm
100%.
talking about.
It's getting to about that time where you're gonna have to leave soon. So I'm gonna do this thing where I bring that I do at the end of every podcast. You are what, lucky number 6? Yeah. I think one of the most important things about, hanging out with people, something I grew up on, is breaking bread with people.
Mm-hmm.
Eating, having a meal. Grew up Mexican. Food is kind of our love language. It's also my way to pry at what people like for food and stuff. So I'm gonna bring out a couple of things and let's have some food, dog.
Yes, thank you.
You want anything to drink?
I got this water.
Cool.
All right.
I'll be right back. You just stay there.
Thanks.
So yes, one of the most important things I feel like is food. So I'd like to break bread, and I didn't know what to get you. Normally I try to gear it towards the person I'm with, but I didn't really know. And because you woke my ass up early and had a breakfast moment, we're having breakfast tacos.
Yes. Thanks, buddy.
And because I'm curious, what's your favorite
dude?
breakfast taco? You recognize these?
Yeah, this is it right here.
This is it, right?
Yeah.
It's the best breakfast taco.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. I growing up from California, I don't really fucking understand the need for breakfast tacos. Sorry, Austin. It's just I'm a breakfast burrito guy.
Yeah.
The point of a breakfast burrito is that you can hit it on the run. It's got everything you need. It's got the salsa. The fact that you just made it a more difficult breakfast burrito that's unclosed, that you have to put the salsa on, makes it. I mean, I guess it's because we use it to get through traffic, which I guess there's not as much here, even though people complained about traffic here. So I guess maybe that's why, because you can sit down outside in the blistering 110-degree heat and eat eggs. So sure, sounds great. But no, I think it should be a burrito. What's your take on the breakfast taco? Also, tell us about this breakfast taco we got. People that don't know.
This would be the Migas Poblano, is it? Yeah,
Right.
Migas Poblano from Veracruz Tacos. It's going to be at the top of your list if you Google the best breakfast tacos in town, but for very good reason. It's the best.
It's really the only breakfast taco I truly fuck with.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I usually use the green salsa on it. I've seen it mixed. Although, once I was in Mexico City and I put 2 salsas on a taco, and they looked at me like I had insulted their mother or something. They were
Really?
The guy explained it to me. He was like, it would be each of these salsas is such a specific, labor of love to mix them. He made the comparison. It would be like if you mixed a red and a white wine together or something.
Yeah, it's a rosé.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
yeah. But anyway, I like the green sauce on these ones. Veracruz is amazing. Which location do you go to?
I go to the one. There's one really close to us right now. I won't tell people where I live. I don't want you all knowing which area, because you'll judge me by it too.
Yeah. Oh, this is good. But the breakfast taco, I don't think I had ever heard of breakfast tacos until I moved to Austin.
That's because they're not in. For the rest of the Mexican living world, they're not breakfast tacos. They're just called breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast, if you're Mexican, is going to be probably a taco, and it just comes with the stuff. I had never had so many tacos with flour tortilla. I'd never seen a flour taco tortilla till I got here. So that's fucking new to me. But just so everybody knows, if you are watching, this is what it looks like. And yes, I put both fucking salsas on it because I am a salsa whore.
Yeah. I guess once I got hip to the idea of the breakfast taco, I've never looked back. And now I forget that it's not a thing that people know about. I was talking to my friend that I'm going to visit. I was like, yeah, breakfast tacos in the morning. And it was like, a what? A breakfast taco? You mean a breakfast burrito? I was like, no.
Yeah. I guess that's probably my issue with breakfast tacos. It's not that I don't like them. I do like them. I love them. But I just make them at home. It's like bacon, egg, and cheese. Mm-hmm. I can make that. Grew up in a Mexican household. There's always beans in the house. Mm-hmm. So why am I going outside and paying what's now like $6 for them? But the Migas Poblano, I don't know, man. They just do it perfectly every time. It's the perfect amount of crunchy.
Yeah.
Migas are eggs, tortillas, or tortilla chips, eggs, and then these ones have like onions in them, black beans, and then some cheese, green peppers, and then you put the sauces on top, and it's fucking magical. Let's go.
Wow, I'm glad that this is what you picked. This is one of my favorite things. Yeah, like if anyone comes to town to visit, this is where we're going.
Oh yeah,
for sure. I also love, like when I was living on the east side, like I think the OG Veracruz is that one that was on Cesar Chavez, and it was just like chaos over there. Like they would give you a buzzer.
I loved it,
but the buzzer never buzzed. They would then like yell out the number of your buzzer. Yeah, it was just like.
And there'd be
it was like a 1 in 3 chance that you actually got what you ordered. Like you're getting someone else's food.
And then they would just start yelling out what your order is. Yeah. Like not even your name, just like Dos Poblanos, and you're just like
yeah, exactly.
I think that's mine.
15.
It's always I think that's mine.
Yeah,
and then
like the grackles are circling. Like
the grackles there are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Grackles are these birds native or not native to here. They're actually
very
native
invasive.
To Mexico, and they were brought by.
I think they're from like even further south. I think like
I heard that they were brought by like native people that brought them with them because they wanted the feathers for stuff. That's what I'd heard.
What do you mean native people?
Like Native Americans or
like went down there and brought them back,
or from wherever. I guess that migrated from down there. They brought them with them because they liked the feathers, and I don't know. That could all be bullshit. But there's a lot of these big ass, aggressive ass birds called grackles that just scream at you, will poke your fucking brains out.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock would have loved these birds.
Oh hell yeah!
Like if you go to a Target or a grocery store around sunset, they will flock by the thousands in the trees and like the streetlights there, and the sound that they make is so disconcerting. Like it doesn't sound like an animal noise. It sounds like some sort of weird, like electronic malfunction is happening. Like,
I'll be sure to edit this part out where we're just smashing tacos,
just chewing into the mic.
Describe the flavor for those people that are just listening.
The flavor profile here. You've got like a nice combination of like the egg is very present. You get the sweetness from that cooked green pepper that's in there. A nice little kick with the salsa. A nice little. The thing, what amigas is, it's like it's all that breakfast stuff, and then they put tortilla chips. They mix that into the egg, right?
Yeah.
So you have this like perfectly softened, but like a little bit crunchy tortilla chip in there that's also got the salty factor. Like, you just got to come. This is my, now I'm going to look at the camera.
Yeah.
Migas from Veracruz. Everything.
Come try it. I do have kind of a quip with, or an issue with it. And that's just that it took me a long time to get used to the Migas taco because I grew up having chilaquiles. And to me, this is just unfinished chilaquiles.
What's chilaquiles?
It is tortilla chips. Then you crack an egg into it, and you kind of cook the egg into the tortilla chips. But then you throw salsa on it right before it congeals perfectly, and you have this salsa, egg, crunchy, sweetness, spicy, everything in between. So to me, it took me a while to get used to it because I'm like, this is just unfinished chilaquiles. But then I had Veracruz, and it's kind of perfect, and I love it. Soon we'll probably have somebody on here, and I'm going to get Granny's Tacos because they have chilaquiles tacos.
Oh.
To me, that is finished business.
That's the one like off East 7th?
Yeah, they have two. East 7th and Cesar Chavez. I have one more quick snack. Just this one is more of a question. I'm curious which one you're going to pick. Not sure if you're a sweets guy.
Sure.
I was at HEB getting some water, and I was like, I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to see which one he picks. What kind of donut person are you? Are you a chocolate-covered donut or a sprinkle donut?
Yeah, I don't really hold myself to one donut identity.
Which one are you choosing today?
Today, I think I'd take the sprinkles today.
You look like a sprinkly dude.
Yeah.
He's going.
I can't argue with
full
that.
sprinkle.
There you go, brother.
Full sprinkle.
Yeah,
Thanks, buddy.
I think you nailed it. That's the one I wanted, so that's perfect. I did want to do a little bit of like, let's see which one he picks, and then I would just eat the other one. And this morning I was so close to getting a bacon, egg, and cheese taco and a migas poblano. And I was like, hey, I'm curious what maybe he likes the traditional one. He wants to go solid. And then I just kept thinking about the idea of me having to fucking eat the regular ass bacon, egg, and cheese while you ate the poblano. I was like, we're both getting poblano. Migas.
I think you handled that in the best way possible. I don't feel like anyone's suffering.
No. No, we're good. The donuts can go here or there. Well, yeah, man. It is about that time. Dude, thank you so much for coming on the inaugural home studio
Thanks for having me.
episode
Yeah.
of
Congrats
Under the Marquee.
on the space and the hard work. It's beautiful.
Thanks, man.
You've done great.
I appreciate it. Look at that. Look at that golden sparkle right there.
Not the cop.
And the sign. Not the cop. I was about to make a really bad, poor joke.
And that's where we cut.
And cut. No, man, thank you so much for coming on, dude. It's so great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on your journey. The music sounds great. The fact that, you're on these epic tours with epic musicians and performing with them in your band, and it's all awesome. And it's such a testament to yourself and also just to Austin and just the good people here. It's kind of why I started the podcast. I feel like we just have such abundance of great musicians and great people, and why not showcase that?
Yeah, man. Well,
So.
I'm just grateful to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, I love you mucho. Peace out, everybody. Come get a breakfast taco.
Great, man. Thank you for those treats.
Yeah, man. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you for checking in with us. I hope you enjoyed the home studio. Please let us know what your thoughts are, or who you want to see on the show, and anything else, any questions you want me to ask the people, any fun ones. Please check in next week. We have another great episode for you. I'll leave it a secret till we get there. And just want to thank everybody so much for coming with me on this journey. It's a lot of fun. We get to hang out with a lot of awesome people, and we get to share some of the most talented people we have in the town of Austin and beyond. So thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.